Probably the biggest piece of advice that we can give people is to try and intervene early on and don't let it drag on, and try and see if we can come up with a solution right away so that we can get these people back to work. That's probably the biggest and most important thing that we liked our clients to understand.
Sometimes what we see is people don't know what to do, so they don't do anything, or maybe they don't know who to ask, so they take some steps that aren't very effective. And the longer things go, they typically escalate and they get more difficult and more difficult. And usually by the time it gets to us, it's something that's been going on for a long time and is somewhat complex and takes longer to resolve. And, there's sort of more fallout and more destruction for the people that are working in that.
Our company is really all about creating and maintaining respectful workplaces. So we take a collaborative, proactive approach to try and fix issues that happen in the workplace between employees, whether that's personality conflict, whether that's bullying, harassment, or discrimination. And we have lots of different services to assist organizations in order to resolve things. I don't think there's a tipping point. I think it's people's awareness, right? In the sense of, okay, do we have the skills to be able to deal with this, or do we need to look for someone who, might be able to assist us better? And I think it's just knowing what's available out there and really, not choosing to do nothing.
And I was just going to add, and knowing that if we don't have the answer, that somebody else out there has it. So whether that's a colleague within an internal organization or an external resource, there's somebody that can help when we don't have the answer. All employers have an obligation to provide a discrimination and bullying and harassment-free workplace. So that's sort of the fundamental basis of what the expectations are. And there's all kinds of cultural things in the workplace that go to that, how people speak to each other, what kind of communication lines, all those things. And most organizations will have a policy on that, and that's another requirement. And that helps set out those expectations.
It's definitely becoming an issue in a lot of workplaces, just because we've got people who have been in the industry or any kind of industry for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And then, we've got the sort of the millennial Gen Y people coming in who, perhaps have a different perspective on work and work ethic and things that happen in the workplace. And I think there's a clash that's happening, and it's a challenge for organizations to figure out how do we work with this and engage these people together, as opposed to sort of having, the two at polar opposites, right? How can we work together?